Hola and welcome once again to Hola America TV on WQPT, your PBS station. Thank you for joining us once again as we explore the sights and sounds of the Hispanic community here in the Midwest. My name is Natalie Zeroni. I'm a reporter for CBS 4 News here in the Quad Cities and also your host. Today we're at the beautiful Quad Cities Botanical Center in Rock Island, where they've just opened up their children's garden. This is only phase 1 of the 6-phase project. Children will be able to play with Bella, the water squirting alligator, and many more water features on this mini replica of the Mississippi River. Later on today, we'll bring you some more information and images about this unique garden. Our show today is focused on the role Latinos play in the changing profile of sports in America. We have exclusive interviews with NCAA wrestling champion and Olympic hopeful Anthony Ramos, with amateur boxer and Iowa Golden Gloves and Junior Olympics champion Ashley Landa, and we also spoke with the director of the Quad Cities Marathon, Joe Moreno, about the best upcoming local races for this season. We'll also bring you the news briefs and the Que Pasa community calendar that will cover some of the current events of our community. We invite you to join the conversation on our Facebook page, Hola America News, or on Twitter. There you'll find more pictures, extended interviews, and more exclusive material. And please visit our remodeled website with a fresh new look, and now it's updated 3 times a week so you can keep up with what's happening in our community in Iowa and Illinois. Let's kick off the show with our feature on 16-year-old USA boxing standout from Clinton, Iowa, Ashley Landa.
Boxing out of the red corner, representing Del Sol Boxing, she is Ashley Vasquez.
Who am I? I'm Ashley. My name's Ashley Vasquez, soon to be Ashley Landa when I change it. I'm 16 years old. I turned 17 in December, and I am absolutely in love with the sport boxing. Boxing is more than just a career for me. It's life. I plan on going to the Olympics. I will go to the Olympics. When I set my mind to something, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to go to the Olympics. And after that, I want to do a professional career in boxing. I want to teach. I have all this knowledge, and there's just so much more to learn. I want to be able to tell people, to help people that want to do it, because I had people help me, and now I need to pass it on, kind of a pay it forward effect. My dad, there are no words for my dad. My dad's amazing. He's everything to me. I can't imagine being without him. He supported me through everything. He's done so much for me. He's trained me. He raised me to be who I am, and I don't know very many people that have a relationship like I do with my dad. I can tell my dad anything. My dad tells me everything. My family, they are the most important things to me. Family is everything to me. My mom, my sister keeps me going. My sister really helps. She pushes me. When I feel like giving up, she's there. Come on, Ashley, we got this. And I just know that I can't stop, that I can't let them down. Niall's been a great help. He's taught me so much. He's let my, team come and train with him for free in his gym. He helps in any way he can. He's been through there for me when I'm cutting weight. He's been through there. He's been with me through my fights. I think he's been at almost every single one of my fights, if not a majority of them, and he's always there supporting me. The Punching Princess, that name came from a Facebook follower. I have a lot of Facebook friends that support me, and one day I posted this picture of myself, and some people started throwing out names, like little nicknames, and one of the ones that I loved was the Punching Princess, and a lot of other people loved that one too. And eventually, every time someone would post about me on Facebook, the Punching Princess, that's who they would call me, and it just stuck, and now I'm known as the Punching Princess. I want to be known as the girl that never gave up, the girl that supported everyone and that helped out wherever she could. I don't want to be the girl who everyone thinks just did it for the fame or for the money or just because she liked hitting people, because that's not it. It's my dream to impact this world in a better way, to show that a small girl like me who was born in California and moved to Iowa can make big things happen and can help people without them having to pay me or without them having to owe me something. I'm not in this for what I can get out of it. I'm in this for what can I give, what can I teach, what can other people see out of me. One quote that helped me get through a lot is, a strong person isn't a person who doesn't cry or doesn't fail. A strong person is someone that cries and fails repeatedly, but always gets back up, always keeps fighting.
We want to thank Mark Peel and Jeremy Brash for the great job on this feature on Ashley Landa. Up next week, we speak with friend of the show, Joe Moreno. He's the director and founder of the Quad Cities Marathon that has grown into one of the premier races in the area. He's also director of the Firecracker Run on July 4th and the Freedom Run that made its debut last year. He will tell us what to expect this year from his races and all the other races he volunteers at. And don't forget to check out our newly remodeled website for more information on all the local races in the area, or visit our other Facebook page, Hola America Sports. And now, here's our interview with Joe Moreno.
This area, the Quad Cities, has a lot of great races. We're very blessed, very lucky to have a lot of racing here in the Quad Cities. You know, and it's not just for fast elite runners. It's this area is very strong in organizing and having races for people, regular people that don't take it serious. They just want to get out and have fun and walk. And so it's not just for the elite runners, but you know, I've traveled all over the country for races, and I've noticed that we are very rich in running and walking events here in this Quad City area. Well, there's a lot of races that I look forward to doing. You know, I travel and run races throughout the area, the region. You know, I like to go to Peoria and Cincinnati and Des Moines and Chicago and all these places to run races. But here in the Quad Cities, every weekend there's a race, and I could tell you one after another, because some weekends there's 5 races in the Quad Cities, and just too many to mention. There's just a lot of races going on. And in the old days, it used to, like 5-10 years ago, you might have a race or two that month. Now you have a race or two that weekend or that day. There are weekends where there's 5 or 6 races here in the Quad Cities. That's a lot of races. The Firecracker Run is a staple in the Quad City running community. It's our 32nd annual this year on the 4th of July, and I'm very proud and very honored to be on that committee for a few decades now, a couple decades, but it's just been a nice ride. You know, it's a family tradition, it's a staple. I have found that with the Firecracker, you really don't have to advertise a lot. It's a tradition. A lot of families get together. A lot of children come home from wherever they live, or if they're off to college, to be with their families, and it's a tradition for them to participate in the Firecracker Run. So that's what really drives that event, is that it's on a holiday and it's a family tradition. Well, the Freedom Run, I'm really excited about that one. I had no idea that it was going to be such a success last year on its inaugural run. We expected a couple hundred runners. We got 1,000 participants that afternoon in August. And you know, this year I expect we're probably going to get 1,500, maybe 2,000, double what we did last year, because it was such a nice event for a good cause. It was well received by the community, and the reason why, it's not because who was sponsoring it or who's organizing it or who's putting it on. It was the fact that it's a fundraiser for our military families. And that hit home with a lot of people. We all have family members or have had family members or know of people that have served or are serving. So you have a connection to that cause, and that's what prompted the success, I thought. Well, the Quad Cities Marathon, I'm proud to say, has been a great event for the last 16 years. We've watched it develop and mature and grow and improve, and we're going to continue to see all of that happen with the Quad Cities Marathon. The thing about that event is, unfortunately, the word marathon scares a lot of people away. But if they just take a second to look a little deeper, they'll see that there is something for everyone in that event. Right now in the United States, the most popular distance is not the 5K, it's the half marathon. And that's our biggest event that morning, is the half marathon. So I like to say that we have 5 events, including the half marathon, through the 4 cities, over the 3 bridges, in the 2 states, through the 1 island, all within the view of the Mississippi River. So we've got something for everyone. The relay is very popular as far as having fun and enticing camaraderie and your friends and family to participate and be on a team. That relay is very successful. The half marathon, as I mentioned, is very successful and very popular. The marathon is the biggest challenge. You know, not anybody can do a marathon. And then there's a 5K. For some people, running or walking a 5K, 3.1 miles, is a marathon. And all too often I hear people say, well, they put their head down and say, well, I'm only doing the 5K. Don't be ashamed of that, be proud. Because for some people, that is their marathon, and it could be the marathon of their life. So it's all good, you know, we have something for everyone. We have the kids races on Saturday, the 27th of September, and new this year is the 1 mile walk. We've always had the 1 mile walk, but it's always been in the mix of all the other events Sunday morning. This year we're separating that and giving it its own stage, its own identity, and it's going to participate on Saturday, September 27th. That late morning is when that's going to happen. So that way they have their own venue, their own event. It's still under the umbrella of the Quad Cities Marathon, but it gives it its own distinction, and we really want to capitalize on the cause for that, for the prostate cancer.
We invite you to join the conversation and follow us on our Facebook page, Hola America News, or on Twitter. Let us know what you think about all of these interesting subjects. And don't forget to visit our newly remodeled website at www.holaamericanews.com. And please sign up for our weekly newsletter for updates of what's going on every week in the Hispanic community of Iowa and Illinois. There, you'll find more pictures, extended interviews, and more exclusive material. Or follow us on Twitter at HATV with Natalie. And we are now on Instagram, where you will see exclusive pictures from our guests and some behind-the-scenes pictures. And if you missed any of our previous shows, you can catch them on our YouTube channel, Hola America TV. Now, let's check out the news briefs that cover some of the current events in our community from both Iowa and Illinois.
Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist, author, and international correspondent Carlos Harrison presented his new book, The Ghosts of Hero Street, in a special ceremony last May 6th at Hero Street Memorial Park in Silvis.
This is a story about America. It's a truly American story of people who came from wherever we all came from, who came here and wanted to work. They wanted to give, not to take. They wanted to be a part of, not to be apart from. And that's what is still happening in this country. And what these people did is, when the moment came that they were asked to give, and in the cases of 8 of the men here, it was the ultimate sacrifice.
Bob Cervantes, 1st Ward Alderman Silvis, was the chairperson of this well-attended event. Carlos Harrison is a former national and international correspondent for the Fox News Channel.
And I felt, when I looked at this story, that they needed recognition for their contributions, and that's what we all needed, because all those folks were asking for here was to be treated as equals.
His latest projects, CNN anchor Rick Sanchez's first book, and Ricky Martin's spiritual inspirational memoir, Ricky Martin, Me, came out in 2010. His current work, The Ghosts of Hero Street, is now available. Co-sponsors of the event were Alderman Bob Cervantes, the City of Silvis, and the Greater Quad Cities Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
This is a wonderful expansion of your public garden. This is a place for children to learn, grow, experience, and find joy.
After years of planning, the Quad City Botanical Center has opened the Phase 1 of their Children's Garden project. The garden is a whimsical and playful interpretation of nature. The entry plaza leads to the Delta and River. This child-sized version of the Mississippi River with a meandering shallow stream provides the opportunity for children to interact with water, with people, and with the environment. Surrounded by lush and robust gardens and the intrigue of water play, children will be carried away on their imaginations. Playing in the Children's Garden River exhibit will help children experiment with cause and effect, develop motor skills, engage in socialization and group play, and heighten the senses of sight, smell, hearing, and touch. Children will interact in many ways. They may play independently or together with other children or parents. The children will be allowed access to the water where they may alter the course of the river's flow, interact with spray creatures, float objects downstream, dam the river with stones and sticks, and experience the current and water's movement. The Children's Garden will be open to the public during general Quad City Botanical Center hours May 15th through October 31st, 2014. For more information, visit their website, qcgardens.com.
We invite you to join the conversation and follow us on our Facebook pages, Hola America News and Hola America Sports, or on Twitter at HATV with Natalie. Let us know what you think about our program, and if you want to see more extended interviews, please visit our YouTube channel, Hola America TV. Next, we have our exclusive interview with college wrestling star Anthony Ramos. Ramos graduated last week from the University of Iowa, where he had a fantastic career, culminating with him winning the NCAA National Championship last March. He was also our cover story for the current issue of Hola America newspaper. And after the show, check out more clips from this interview on our YouTube channel, Hola America TV.
Anthony Ramos' senior year at the University of Iowa was the closest you can get to perfection. He won both the Big Ten and the NCAA titles. He was named the Male Student Athlete of the Year, and he also earned the third All-American honor of his career and raised his career record to 34-0 all-time at Carver Hawkeye Arena. This young man out of Carroll Stream, Illinois, came in last month into the Hola America offices for an exclusive interview.
I grew up in Carroll Stream, Illinois. Started wrestling when I was about 2 years old, and my parents moved me in second grade to Johnsburg, where they live now. In high school, I went back to Carroll Stream and lived with my two brothers, so we could have better wrestling coaches, more opportunities, so I could get to where I wanted to be now. Went to college at Iowa, live in Coralville now, and I'm getting married in July. Just living the life right now.
He started wrestling at a very young age thanks to his father, who coached him and his brothers.
I really didn't have that much of a choice. I started when I was about 2.5, 3 years old, right around there. And my parents wanted my older brother Frankie, me and Vince all to be on the same team for at least 1 year. And the only way it worked if I started that young, because Frankie was going to be going on to high school the next year. So they started me then. And it was actually a process. The coach didn't want me to come onto the team because I was too young. And he's like, all right, if your dad starts a little kid room and coaches a little kid club, then we'll let him wrestle. So that's how my dad got into coaching, and he coached us all the way up until we were probably 10, 11 years old.
We asked Anthony what was his reason for choosing Iowa, and without hesitation, he said,
the coaches, best coaches around. Iowa was the best team at the time. Growing up, Iowa was always the best, and I wanted to be a Hawkeye. You see Tom Brands, Terry Brands, those kind of guys, and those were would have been my coaches at the time. So to me, it was really a no-brainer. But you had the pressure from your parents, from your brother, just a lot of different people saying you should go wrestle with your brother. You guys could be on the same team. But I'd do what's best for me. I got a bunch of letters this year from my 6th grade teacher. And he was like, you know, a big Iowa fan, been following Iowa, and then I kind of started seeing this Ramos kid, and I remember having a Ramos in my class that who always talked about how he was going to wrestle at Iowa, and I finally put it together that was you. So at a pretty young age, I knew what I wanted to do, and just had to, you know, keep my eyes set on that goal and not let things, you know, take me off path from it or interfere with it.
He comes across as very confident and at the same time humble, taking the time to appreciate the moment and the people that helped him get here.
It's awesome. I mean, that's what you worked for your whole life. You as a little kid, you've seen the national tournament. I never been to it till I actually was a freshman in college. Just, you know, parents never took me or anything, never had wanted to just go out there and see it. So, you know, it's an awesome experience. It's something I've worked for, and it's, you know, now I have the trophies or the bracket board to actually show someone I did it. All that hard work wasn't for nothing. There's something here that I can see or that's materialized that I can always, you know, that hard work was for this or that hard work was for that. It was towards something, and it's just an awesome feeling. Not much, you know, I just got a great family, and if you surround yourself with a great support system, it makes everything a lot easier. So when you are feeling down or you're feeling like giving up, you can call one of them and they'll kick you in the butt. There's two people I really idolize. One's Mike Tyson, because he just was one of the best and meanest and mentally toughest person in the world. And when you read his book, which I've been doing and working on, you actually realize that he was so afraid of losing, and, you know, his fear of upsetting Cuss or his family or what he considered his family is what drove him and made him so mentally tough. But the other is Michael Jordan, and I always get in the argument, you know, Michael Jordan or LeBron James, which one? And I'm always going to take Jordan every day, and I have two reasons for it. Jordan was a winner, he's a champ, you know, he could take the game-winning shots, he did everything. But the regular season also mattered to him. It wasn't just, oh, let's, you know, get through this and we'll turn it on for the playoffs. And you hear kids nowadays say, oh, you know, it doesn't matter. Look, the Heat, they don't care about the regular season. They just do what they got to do to get through. It does matter. Everything matters. It's part of your legacy. Next for me is, first I'm going to get married. Getting married in July, and, you know, it's a fun thing. People say it's stressful. I'm having fun with it. I was engaged for 2 years, so we had a long time to plan it. And the next thing after that is going to be winning world and Olympic titles. I'm joining the Hawk Wrestling Club, which is it's not wrestling for the university, but it's affiliated with the university, so I can still practice with the guys, have the same coaches. They pay me a monthly training stipend, so I don't have to worry about, you know, trying to get a job, and I can just focus on training. The only thing is I have to go down a weight class to 57 kilos, which is 125 and a half. It'll be tough, but, you know, it's something we'll be ready for and prepare for, and it's going to be an awesome feeling, you know, winning the Olympics and gold medals after you make the weight. So, you know, there's always a reward with all the sacrifice you got to give.
And for more pictures of our photo shoot with Anthony, please visit Hola America Sports Facebook page.
We invite you to join the conversation and follow us on our Facebook page, Hola America News, or on Twitter. Let us know what you think about these interesting subjects. Next up is the Que Pasa calendar, a community calendar where you'll find the latest cultural events for you and your family to enjoy this week. And if your organization would like us to feature their events on our Que Pasa calendar, please contact us through Facebook at Hola America News.
Arrowhead Youth and Family Services will host their Branching Out fundraiser May 30th, 2014 at the iWireless Center in Moline, and they hope you will join them. This is a chance to honor and celebrate you and our success and purpose of providing quality services to youth and families in the community while raising the funds we need to continue and grow. We have planned a great night with music, a dinner, live auction, and raffle. All proceeds will go towards our mission of empowering adolescents. For more information, visit their website, www.arrowheadyouth.org. This weekend, graduations. Don't miss the local high school graduations this Saturday at the iWireless Center. Rock Island High School and UT High School will hold their graduation ceremonies. And Sunday, Davenport Central, North, and West will also celebrate their graduation at the iWireless Center. And Alleman High School will hold their ceremony at the Centennial Hall at Augustana College in Rock Island at 1 p.m. University of Illinois Extension in Milan, Illinois invites you to a farewell party for Tony Franklin, Tana Mashalek, and Pat DeMont Friday, May 30th, 2 to 4:30 p.m. For Tony Franklin, County Director, who will be moving to Champaign in June when he begins his new role as Associate Director, Extension Field Operations. Stop by to wish them well and enjoy cake and coffee.
It's time to say goodbye for tonight, but we would love to hear from you, so don't forget to connect with us through our Facebook page, Hola America News, or on Twitter at HATV with Natalie. And we're now on Instagram, where you will see exclusive pictures from our guests and some behind-the-scenes pictures. And if you missed any of our previous shows, you can catch them on our YouTube channel, Hola America TV. And don't forget to tune in next month, when we'll continue our journey of the sights and sounds of the Hispanic community here in the Midwest. Muchas gracias y buenas noches.